Okay, first I want to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakodash. I give double honor to the elders, apostles, and teachers, great millstone from I learned the truth, now to say shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Slack it. Ouch. But I'm going to center this on how our people, well, in general, no matter, he's got elections coming around, and no matter who you people vote for, your efforts are in vain and resistance is futile. And what the Revelation refers, I think it says lamb. I think the lamb or the ram or the goat with two horns. That's referring to America. The eighth horn that came out of the seven, which is America, which came out of Britain, which is one of the seven horns. But though two horns on the same animal. It's two sides of the same coin, Republican and Democrat. Both Kamala and Trump are working for the same people. Trump may be a little bit more outspoken. He may, he may curse a little bit more. People like him because he said how it is, so-called how it is. He says it's on his mind. But he's still working for the same people that Obama and his husband are working for. Amalek. And once again, it's going to have the same outcome. It's just different, it's just different routes to the same ending. And the Lord gave our people leaders to follow, leaders that men and leaders that were going to do His will. But you got and man, I'm not. This isn't going to be really insulting about any one of them. But I'm just gonna go with this. Deuteronomy 17, I think it's 15. 14. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me. Because technically Moses was our first king. But as far as like official titles, you had Saul. Those that had like the official title of king. But our people wanted to be like the heathen and elect what kings and leaders. Now I don't want to say leaders because we've always had leaders, but and they literally said so we can be like the heathen nation. They're around about us. It says right here, now set a king over me like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Lord thy power shall choose. One among thy brethren, shalt thou set king over thee, that thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. So what if we are to elect a king over us? It's supposed to be one of our own nation. Why is that? Because these heathen, not only do they hate us, but our people have our own best interests at heart. I obviously in this captivity, ideally our people have our own best interests at heart. They would prioritize our people. Just like these heathen nations, they prioritize each other. And a small example of that is a factory that I work in is owned by I think the nigga's an Ishmaelite. But there's a lot of other Ishmaelites in that place that pretty much they get to slack off. And when I mean slack off, I mean slack the fuck off. Meanwhile, you have Jake, and like with the little work areas and whatnot, there's a lot of people getting moved around to different work areas, because of how the whole place is set up. But you have a lot of Jake, and myself included, that are, you know, that do their fucking job. You know, I guess you call hard workers. I don't really like to be called that, but you know, they do their fucking job, and they'll get moved to an area where there's a lot of Ishmaelites that are working, in order, you know, to keep with rates and numbers and shit like that, so they could make sure that work doesn't get too much, you know, piled up too much over there. But they, you know, and like what, Jake will have something. And I remember a woman who I was working with, this Ishmaelite bitch actually lied and said that she bumped her. I think, you know, if I remember correctly, I think she did bump her, but then she apologized, and Ishmaelite bitch said lied and say, this, you know, chick bumped me and she didn't apologize. So there's like this whole little investigation type of thing. The chick was sent home for 5 days, but found out, you know, she did apologize, and it was all bullshit. But as far as I'm aware, no questions asked, she was sent home for 5 days, and the investigation wasn't needed for that. But I found it interesting how, you know, there was a big hubbub made about, you know, like Ishmaelite. You know, it's a little some shit like that happened. The hubbub made about this Ishmaelite bitch getting bumped into. She said the chick didn't apologize, and like she got sent home for 5 days. But, you know, it's just an example of how what, you know, that's a very, very small, minute example, but an example still nonetheless of how the heathen prioritize their people over our people, and much more so with the fact that they hate our people. They may smile in your face. You know, they may call you brother. They may even give you deals on cars, but they still hate you. They hate your fucking guts. And they don't have our best interests in heart. You know, they want their people over us. And what, Kamala, that bitch, I know she's an Elamite. I think I saw some shit about her being mixed with Elam and Jamaican, but I heard some brothers talk about like her father go back to being an Edomite. But either way, you know, I highly doubt that bitch is a Jake, just off of the way she fucking act and talk and shit. But either way, whether she's a heathen or not, her father is a so-called white man. She's doing the white man's bidding. But I'm gonna read this one more time, because that was really it. You know, like, I just found it very interesting how our people to this day continue to vote, and look at this state that they're in, which each successive, you know, presidential succession, the country continues to get worse, as if magically all this shit, you know, and that's the reality. You know, this is the reality of the world that, you know, people don't want to see. If shit has not gotten better yet, it's not going to. The reality is that a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people are going to die miserably. A lot of people are going to suffer. Most of you people's dreams won't come true. Some of you may get to to achieving your dreams, and then you'll fucking, you know, those proverbial wings will burn up when you get too close to the sun. The reality is America's going to be fucking destroyed. And the voting, and especially putting a heathen over you, is not going to help. And everybody can admit, you know, everybody, even niggas with Obama's bumper stickers, can admit that faggot and his husband didn't do shit for our people. Granted, he's a Hamite, but he didn't do anything. So-called black president, and that nigga tricked you. He didn't do shit. Your last hope. What makes you think, even with Trump, you know, you got niggas. What's that old fucking retard? Niggas for Trump. Didn't he push the whole inoculation thing with the pandemic? And Biden just took over. He instituted that shit, and Biden took over. He supported all of you people getting poison put into you. Biden just took over. I wonder if you people remember that. It was him that started the fast tracking that shit into you people. I wonder if all of you remember that. Yet you have niggas that want to vote for him simply because they don't like Kamala. Or you have people that vote for Kamala simply because they don't like Trump. And once again, it's bad with our people because your vote, this is our prison. You people are asking for a new warden. For someone to, for a new warden to beat your fucking heads in. Who's going to beat our heads in better? That's essentially what you're doing. Ideally, a prisoner will want to get out of prison, which is why you have something called prison breaks. But what the scripture says, Jake, a homeborn slave, our people have been broken. But, you people, like what Thanos said, I am inevitable. Yahweh Shema Shah is inevitable. His will is inevitable. It's going to happen. The only thing you can do as an Israelite is to get on board or you're going to die beyond miserably. There's no words that we have on this earth that can describe it. But I'm not going to go on anymore. Hope is that fine. So y'all praise this glory and unto Yahweh Shema Shah, Bashim Gakudash. The rise to others, apostle, teacher, Milson from whom I learned the truth. Shalom to hope, look, is an instruction bell on great America.